Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you have not yet subscribed my YouTube channel, so please get subscribed and press the bell icon so you will never miss any update for the upcoming videos and tutorials. So in the last session, we studied about arithmetic operators in Python. Today we are going to study about logical operators in Python. What are logical operator? We'll see in detail with some examples. So let's get started. Very first, I will open IDLE, which is my editor of Python. I'll open it. Guys, I will again suggest you to please go through all my videos once you practice and then come to the latest topic. Otherwise, you will really get confused. Okay, so let's get started. Very first, what are logical operators? Yeah, so logical operators are in Python are and, or, and not. What is and, why and is used, what is or, what is not, we'll see with an example. Yeah, logical means what? You are applying some logic. Logic means, for example, if you want to get some value or some statement to get printed. So you are saying if this thing will happen, print this, otherwise print this, right? So some logic you are applying, right? So how to apply that logic and how to use a logical operator to apply your logic, that we will see. So very first we'll go with the AND operator. Yeah, so what we are learning in today's class, we are learning about logical operators. Then I will take hashtag AND. How does AND work? I will take an input from the user. Let's say input, enter, user, name. Perfect. And then I will say password is equals to input, enter, password. Okay, so I have taken two input and my variables are username and password. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a conditional statement if and else. So I will say if username is equal to if my username is equal to Maliska and my password is equal to 1 2 3 4 5, then what I want to print, I want to print logged in successfully. Okay, I want to print logged in successfully. Else what I want to print, login failed. Okay, else I want to print login failed. Now if you can see here, and means username also should be correct and password also should be correct when you will enter username and password. Okay, how it works, let's see. I will press Ctrl F5 to run my code. I always suggest you to please have a folder which will have all the collection of your programs. So I am saving it as logical underscore operators. Press enter and then see, I will give my username Maliska and I will say 1 2 3. It's saying login failed. Why? The reason it's saying login failed, because if you can see, I said and means username also should be correct and password also should be correct, but I entered Maliska but I entered the password wrong, and that's why it directly goes to the else statement and it printed what? Failed, login failed. This is how and works. And means both the values should be correct. Okay, now how does or works? Now let's see how does or works. So simply I will replace and with or. I will replace and with or, right? I will run it again. Okay, now I'll give the name Maliska and I will give some random passwords, but still it will say logged in successfully. Reason why? Either my username should be correct or my password should be correct, because I applied here what? Or. I'm using a logical operator, or either this should be correct or this should be correct. I can also enter password correct and username wrong, then it will say logged in successfully. Okay, it's saying logged in successfully because I entered Maliska and I entered the password wrong, but one value is correct. Okay, this is how the or operator works. Now let's see about not operator. Let's see how not works. I'll take a special example. Now let's say A is equals to input, integer input I'll take, enter a value for A. Perfect. enter a value for A. I will enter the value for A. Now what I'll say, if not A mod by 3 is equal to 0, or A mod by 5 is equal to what? 0, then print what? Then print what? A is not divisible by either 3 or 5. Okay, else what? Else print what? A means the value which you will enter, it will by default detect the value whatever you entered. For example, if you entered 10, so it will say 10 is not divisible by either 3 or 5, and then it will say for else is divisible by either 3 or 5. Okay, now let's see how it works. I will run it. Before running it, let me tell you what is the meaning of this mod sign, this modular sign. I already shoot one video on this, but still again I'll tell you. See, for example, if I say A is equals to 8 and B is equals to 2, and if I divide A divided by 2, it will give me 4. So what exactly is 4? If I say 8 divided by 2, so 2 fours is 8, right? So 0 is my remainder and my quotient is 4. So when you divide any number, it gives you as an answer a quotient, right? But if I say A mod by B, modulus, it divides, but it will give you the remainder. So remainder is what? 0, right? When you divide A by B, 8 by 4, it will give you remainder 0. So here it says whatever number you entered, if it is divided by 3 and if it gives 0, or if the same number is divided by 5 and if it gives 0, then print this, otherwise print this. Let's see what happens now. 1 second, I will run it again. Now let's see, I will press Ctrl F5 to run the code. I will run my code, Ctrl F5, run. I will say 10, okay? Now see, it say 10 is divisible by either 3 or 5. Why this value is printing, right? Either 3 or 5, let's see. Now see what I have said. If A mod 3 is equal to 0, or A mod 5 is equal to 0, we will not print this because I have used not. If not, getting my point? If it is not this, then directly go to this else statement, right? But one value is satisfying, that is, if I say 10 mod by 3, 10 mod by 3, it is 1, and 10 mod by 5, it is 0, right? So this condition is being satisfied, right? That's why it is going to directly this, and it is printing is divisible by either 3 or 5. I am using here not, if not this, right? But it is this, no, like this condition is being satisfied, no? Like for example, if I'll remove this, right? If I'll remove this part, and if I again run it, right? So now I'm just giving the condition. Now it will print 10 is not divisible by either 3 or 5. Why? Because I'm directly saying if A mod 3 is equal to 0, or A mod 5 is equal to 0. When I will say A mod 5, it is giving me the value 0, right? And that's why it is printing A is not divisible by either 3 or 5, right? But when I say not, right? Not means I don't want this to happen, right? I don't want this thing to happen. If both the condition is not satisfied, then it will print is not divisible by either 3 or 5. But if I am giving the input 10, so 10 mod by 5 is equal to 0, and that's why it's directly going to this else part, and it is printing is divisible by either 3 or 5, right? Right now you may get confused about the not, but in future we'll be learning more detail about these operators, and we'll be doing more programs, so you will understood. I hope you understood the way I am teaching. Be connected always, stay connected always for the upcoming videos. Subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so you will never miss any update. And in the next session we'll be learning about comparison operators. Okay, so And in comparison operators, we'll learn in detail with some example. After some classes, we'll start to make simple projects, small projects in Python. Stay tuned, stay connected always. Bye bye. See you in the next video.